Hello everybody, Stuart from Content Villain here, and today I want to go through Integromat, and I want to show you how you can add a webhook in Integromat, how you can connect that to Content Villain to get your data out of Content Villain, and we're going to connect that up to WordPress so you can do what you need to get that content into a post format without having to do anything yourself. There's a little bit of technique involved with setting this all up, so I try to do it as basic and as slowly as I can to help you get this right. It's pretty simple once you know how, so let's get into it. First of all, we need to hit create a scenario in Integromat. That'll take you to this page here. We don't really care about this, so we can just hit skip. And then you'll be loaded up with this as a new scenario. And like all of these tools, there is a trigger and there is an action. So this is our trigger here. We can move it about, and we want to do this as a webhook. So we come in, we click webhook. Note that you do not need to click this WP webhooks. Ignore that. We just want this webhook here, and we want the custom webhook. This is going to then let us add a webhook. We want to add a new one, so we can do that, and we can type the name WordPress demo or Content Villain. We hit save, and that's going to create the webhook. It's here. We can hit copy address to clipboard, and that's going to copy for us, and it's listening now, so we can send it data. So what we need to do is we need to come into Content Villain. We need to go to add a webhook. And we're going to link this up to blog intros. So we go to blog intros, we enter that webhook URL here, what we had copied, and we connect it to the model. And that's done. And now we can go to the blog intros, and we can make a blog. So we can say why using a text expander is important for efficiency within your business. And then we can say text expanders will save you a ton of time with writing repetitive text. Will save you a ton of time with writing repetitive text and make your business life easier. So we want to do a blog on business efficiency and all of that good stuff, and we're just going to use this about a text expander. Because text expanders are awesome. You set up a little snippet and it will write whatever you have in it. So here we have, the first one is not great, but that's fine. Second one is great. It's about text expanders. Third one is great. It's about text expanders. And the fourth one is also great. Remember, sometimes you are going to get a wild output. No problem if that happens. You can just hit the reroll button or hit generate again, and it's going to give more. But for the sake of setting this up, what we want to do now is we just want to test that webhook and make sure that it's receiving data correctly. So we send this, we click out of that, we go back to Integromat, and you'll see that it says successfully determined. That's great. It means that it's got the data. Awesome. So we can hit OK. And now what we want to do is we want to connect that up to another model. So we hit that plus, and we come and we write WordPress. And you'll see they have this WordPress in beta, and we can hit create post. It's just going to take a minute. I've connected a website already, but I will just talk now about the connection stage. If you haven't, there's a little help. You click this online help, and this is going to pop up here. And it's very easy to follow the instructions. So what you have to do, you should already have a WordPress site. If you don't have a WordPress site, then you shouldn't be looking at this tutorial because it's useless for you. So don't worry about that. But the way that it connects is you need to download a plugin and add it to your site. So you see here, they say, here is the information about the plugin, or the direct download is here. So if you click on this, it's going to download that file for you, which is going to be a zip file. And once you have that zip file, you just follow this little video here. You go to plugins, you hit add new at the top, and you find where that zip file is, and you double click it and you hit add. And then it's going to upload, and you're going to get a button which says, do you want to activate it? And you will see here. So it's very simple to follow these instructions. They're very good at what they do, and they show it all very clearly. Once you have activated the plugin, you will see that you have an Integromat field on the side menu here. So you click on that field, and you will get an API key like this. And you need to copy this key, and you will be able to add it in Integromat like this. So once you're back in Integromat, you're going to see something like this. You can name the connection. You see I've named this one CV, but you can name it, whatever your site is, business, and you need to add the REST API base URL, which is basically your site, making sure that you have the HTTPS. I imagine most people are going to be having HTTPS sites because that's got the SSL security on them. So make sure that is correct. Then you put your site. So if this was me, it would be HTTPS, then the symbols here, and then contentvillain.com, and then slash, and I'd put WP-JSON. If your site was bags are us, it would be HTTPS, the symbols, bagsareus.com/WP-JSON. So that's very simple. And then the key that you copied from here, you need to paste here. And once you've done that, it's done. You hit continue, the link is correct, and you should see then, because then when you come in to create a post, you should see here that it actually is pulling out your categories. You see, what we've had categories like this, and we've had the tags like this. So that's awesome to have all of that set up correctly. So once you've done that, you can cross that off. You can come in here. You can give the post a title. Let's just move my my head over here. So we could put if we text expand a blog, or you could just put like AI content blog. And the content, this is where you want to add this field here, which we're getting from the webhook. The type, we want it to be a post. You can add an excerpt or whatever you need. You don't really need to do that now. Status, we can put it as a draft because we know that we've got to edit it. We're only getting the introduction in. If we want to give it a category, we can do that here, or we can do it in WordPress later. It doesn't really matter. We'll just put AI discussion, and we can add some tags because, why not? And once we're done with that, we're good to go. We can add the author as well if we're working on this with other people, and we can hit OK. And that is set up and it's ready to go. What you need to make sure you also do in Integromat is you need to hit this lightning and make sure it's set as immediately. Press OK. You can save it here. You can give it a title up here, and you can turn it on if you wanted to turn it on. For this demonstration, I will just run it to show you that everything works. So when I hit run, now it's listening for the data. So we can go back to Content Villain. We can say, oh, which one of these do I like best? I like this introduction best. So we can do send to webhook. That's done. We come back and we see that it's going to get the data. It's got the data. It's got the data. Now it's sending it to WordPress. WordPress is working. It's working very hard. It's trying to make the blog. It's trying. It's trying. It's going to go. It's just going to take a few seconds. And we get there in the end. Success. So we got a tick and we got a tick. And Integromat's great because it's very easy to quickly see what's happening. So you click on this one, you see that the data's come in here. You can click on this, it's going to say that that's been made and it's given the post an ID. So that is all great. And if we come to the back end here, and let me just refresh this. You can see it's made it here. So we have the draft. Everything is created correctly. It's added the tags. The text will be in there as the content. And that's pretty much it. So that is how you can connect a webhook up to Integromat and connect the whole thing up to WordPress. I hope that this is super useful, and I hope that it helps you with your workflows. It's going to be super powerful when we have this ready with the long form content, which we're still just sort of waiting on approval for, and hopefully it comes today. And yeah, then you'll be able to sort of send a whole blog post to WordPress, get it in a draft stage, then you'll be able to play around with it, and it's going to be less work for you to actually get that live on your blog. So that's super cool. You want to give Content Villain a try, the only AI-powered content generator assistant with webhook functionality. Check us out today at contentvillain.com. We are your partner in crime for great content online. Thank you.